Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Reus. Let's unpause here. So I did a little bit of planning. When I read a little bit and looked at the giant's abilities, made sure that I was being sensible. So what we want to do here, I figured out, is we want our first 4 villages to be forest, swamp, desert, and desert. And I'm just going to do the standard fishing village challenge thing here because I think we have found that it's pretty easy to complete the fishing projects quickly. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a forest area here and a swamp area here and then just desert everywhere else. Tons of desert. Maybe that's too much desert, but a lot of desert. We need 2 desert villages because what I'm really going for here is upgrading all of the sources to level 2. And we end up needing 4 desert ambassadors, 2 forests, and 2 swamps to make that happen. So, by the time we make all of our villages and then have them all complete their level 2 projects, we should be in a pretty good place. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So put down a plant right here in the hopes of making the village found that away. Fishing docks have begun as we knew they would. Plus 30 wealth for each clownfish and parrotfish within 2 range of the docks. And there cannot be any danger on those patches. Okay, well, let's go make a clownfish. And we'll just drop a plant for them over here. In fact, we can drop blueberries and chickens near the blueberries, and that'll shoot us through the roof on food, and this bonus once will take us way over the amount of wealth we need. Okay, you come along and put up another mountain over here. Oh wait, we don't need you. We need somebody who has an ability off cooldown. You! Come here and make a plant happen. Alright, we got a swamp village. I maybe should have put down one of the desert villages first. I can see how you might think that. So how much space will be deserted if we do this? That's way more than we need for 2 functional villages, right? Let's go ahead and plant an ocean over here somewhere. Actually, let's figure out exactly where that should be planted. So if I wanted to say make another forest, this is where the edge of the forest would be. So we want to put the water down right here. Yeah, okay. So it does exactly fill it. Cool. We also have a school challenge. 5 food, 10 tech for each plant within borders. We probably should put down a fruiting plant because we need food more than we need tech. What with the bonus and everything. So yeah, I think I'm going to make this a forest area. I think we need more forest ambassadors than swamp ambassadors. It sure seems like what we discovered last time is that swamp ambassadors are not that important. Also, we're going to make sure to pick up a desert ambassador on the ocean giant first, because I really want monsoon. Okay, we got 8 to 15, so we are all good, but as soon as this guy's done with what he's doing, or even before that, let's just go put down an animal here, and that'll send this through the roof as well. Okay, he has made his source. Alright, that's both of those villages all set. Did you... Oh, I needed to make an animal here. Sorry, I pressed the plant button. Make an animal here so one of the villages will settle near the mountain. I don't particularly need it to be guaranteed to be a mountain village. Desert villages are fine. We'll just put down a mineral over here to spawn another village. I wasn't thinking that this was gonna go all foresty on us, because we didn't put down a forest over here. That's strange. I guess if you add water to desert, you get forest. Weird. Okay, these villages have plenty of space between them. This should be fine. So let's put down some more animals. We'd like to get a plant over here as well. And it doesn't really matter what it is. So it's this. Then our giant can come over here and push this over with a, what do you call it, with a valuable mineral. So what ambassador did we just get? Swamp. So we need to put that on the rock giant or the ocean giant, I say, checking my notes. And I want it to be... I really want the first desert ambassador to go on the ocean giant so that we get monsoon. So this will be a rock giant thing. Actually, hold up. Before you go, drop this. Okay. Now, forest ambassadors are needed by the swamp and forest giants. Who do we think needs it more? We get the fruit aspect or the reaction aspect. You know what? Fruit aspect seems pretty good. We've had a lot of the more powerful plants seem to use the fruit aspect. Okay, and a shrine. God of the Wild. +5 food and +10 wealth for each animal within borders. So at this point you're seeing there's a limited number of projects that can occur in each type of village, and then each of those projects pulls from a pool of specialization. So you don't always get the same specialization on a shrine. Let's make some animals. Plus food and wealth for animals within range. So we don't really need to make... we don't really need to make 2 animals to push this over the limit, but we may as well. And I think these guys... I think the exotic desert animal likes to be near a mine. I think. Alright, we're almost done here. I like this part of the game a lot, where it's just, like, very calm. Oh, they like to be next to plants. Oops. These are the ones that like to be next to a mineral. Okay, so that's all set. This is all set. We have spaces for more villages, but we have to actually put down some resources to encourage growth. I don't necessarily need this to be a fishing village over here, but I do want it to be far away from the swamp village, give the swamp village a lot of room to grow, so we'll try to get them to settle near the coast, but not necessarily directly on it. And who else is over here? You. Oh, man. I swear that I pressed the hotkey to select the ocean giant. I don't know how I keep missing that. Okay, we'll do the same thing over here. Basically just near the water, but giving the other... for the purpose of giving the other village a lot of room to grow. Okay, we have to keep pushing worldwide prosperity up, which means villages have to get more resources in use. Alright, the trading post is done. And that is the ocean giant's deal, but I want him to drop this animal first. Okay. So I do want to mention, the forest giant's fertility boost is... it feels a lot worse than monsoon because it only affects one patch, but it does affect that patch for like 5 minutes. So actually, the proper way to use it, the best way to use it, is probably to put it down preemptively. Like, figure out where you're going to need a thing, and or just drop it on everything that he drops. Just go ahead and throw a fertility boost out there. Alright, granary, plus food for each animal within borders. Easy enough. Let's make an animal. So we got a good spread of challenges here. And I believe for each level 1 project, there's a couple different level 2 projects it can grow into, so they keep things varied in that way as well. You could come over here and put a mineral within range here. We're going to need a fruit plant at some point. Or actually, you got your thing now. Just put down... also put down a chicken. There we go. This will give this village lots of things to grow on. So what challenges do we still have active? Okay, we have another desert ambassador, which obviously goes on the guy who doesn't yet have an ambassador. Yes, he wants a desert and a forest to unlock his level 2 sources. There we go. A little bit of planning will mean we're working with much more powerful base sources, which will mean that it's a lot easier to meet the requirements of these higher level challenges. Because there's only so much you can do with a blueberry, right? So this is 30 food they need to get to. This should make a pretty big difference. 46, yep, good enough. And the city borders at the same time expanded over the blueberry, so. Okay, we have room for another village over here. Means we end up with a lot of forest ambassadors. I didn't plan too much beyond the thing that I've already talked about, so hopefully this will be good enough. Alright, I guess let's just start improving sources, shall we? So, these guys need a blueberry. We have picked up the predator aspect, the fruit aspect, and the seismic aspect. We can make this into salt, right? I don't remember what salt does. Let's find out while we're waiting for all of our villages to power up here. So salt gets +5 off for animal nests, +5 tech and +5 wealth for each non-salt mineral nearby. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. So who else needed forest? It was you and Swamp Giant. There we go. That'll get us both of his sources leveled up. Dark Dam is settled. Good stuff. And we have a university coming. 60 tech, +1 tech for each Natura within borders. I think we probably want to do the thing that we did before with the willows. Right? That makes sense to me. So let's put down a, we can actually get great willows going already because we can make them out of the herbs ability. So our challenges this time, we still have legendary warriors up. This is tricky. But we just need to make desert and forest villages that have high prosperity. That's another big concern for us. So, if we just put up willows, that'll solve both the tech and, I was going to say both the tech and Natura problems, but the Natura problem is the tech problem. Okay, you, fertility boost, you, growth. Okay, so we put a couple of willows together, and that should solve all of this village's tech problems. Actually, I guess we're good already. We also need to get to 60 food in use and 20 wealth in use. So, why don't we just turn this into a fruit plant, I guess? This just needs plants nearby. Okay, and we'll make an animal nest next to that. That'll give us plenty of food. And then the ocean giant can come over here, or the rock giant rather, can come over here, make some precious minerals. Yeah, we're good on food already. And we don't need to get to very much wealth. We do have to get to 10 wealth in use before this will even turn on. So I gotta put down... Here, we'll put down another precious mineral over here, and that'll solve that. Remember when it seemed tricky just to get the level 2 projects completed? Alright, so let's open up our project viewer here and see what else needs doing. Dark Dam's trying to make a granary. That's pretty easy to do. And of course we want to prioritize the level 1 projects right now because of the fact that we should put down some blueberries for these chickens. We want to prioritize level 1 projects right now because we want to get as many ambassadors from level 1 projects as possible before the giants stop accepting them. So actually, this will probably do it. Putting down another chicken and a blueberry. Okay, who else needs stuff? We have a harbor over here in Bannerwood. it gets sea bass have extra food on them, but that's not really helpful here because it conflicts with Swimming Bay. Fortunately, this place is almost completely undeveloped. So let's just grab our ocean giant and have him come over here. He can drop another chicken. That'll give us 4 food over 4 spaces. It's another 16 food, which will push food in use up to... not even close to the limit, in fact. Well, we can do a lot of stuff. Let's... Actually, we can change these plants. Would we be better off? We can make an apple tree. Yeah, let's make an apple tree. We'll have the ocean giant come over here and just rain on these patches, and then we'll do a bunch of fast upgrades. Speaking of the ocean giant, he's had orders to get over here for like forever. I really thought they were closer. I guess they were like the entirety of the world away, huh? Okay, yeah, that's all good. This village is getting a little bit greedy. If they want to start stuff, we're going to have to control them. Okay, so I'm thinking we just upgrade the tree and then upgrade the chickens into something else. We don't have a herd aspect. We actually can't upgrade the chickens into something else. Okay, well, put down some new blueberries, I guess. Well, actually, 10 food and 5 off for each plant next to this pear tree. So we could, I'm going to replace these guys with a pear tree. I guess we'll just, we'll do this too. We'll make this a pear tree as well. We'll just do a little pear tree orchard. Okay, granary is done. Humans are now only happy with level 2 projects, so we missed it by a little bit. If I hadn't... no, actually this didn't... Oh, this did. This got finished right beforehand. I think if those had finished in the other order, we would have gotten an ambassador. Okay, well, bummer, but we need a swamp ambassador on... Where's my notes? Okay, here. We need you. Yeah, this upgrades Monsoon and gets us access to the herd aspect, which is valuable, and upgrades our domestic animals. So that's pretty cool. And you were making trees. Our fertility boost just wandered off, but that's okay. We can make our own. We have to get to 90 food here. Alright, that's got us to 76. We could just drop another plant and then solve the rest of our problems over in the water, right? Because we need a little bit of gold. Yeah, just a tiny bit. So let's have you come over here and drop some clownfish. Yeah, and that'll give us Swimming Bay plus the gold from the clownfish. And also, clownfish like to be next to clownfish. That's actually going to give us a ton of money. And then we can drop some mackerel right here. They'll extend the range of the existing mackerel. It's a bunch of extra food. You can make a fruit plant. Bam, problem solved. We may as well upgrade this properly. Let's wait until we get our fertility boost. But yeah, these pear trees are pretty good. And they give a lot of awe, which will help the village avoid getting too greedy as it grows. Unfortunately, it's growing so fast that it's not even being overawed. What if this was also a pear tree? How about that? Now you have 30 awe. Still, okay. The awe is not powerful enough to prevent these villages from getting greedy. Oh, hold on. We have let's pause for a moment. We have enough global prosperity for a nomad, but I don't think I actually want another village. This nomad will be a replacement nomad in case for some reason one of our existing villages has to be destroyed. Okay. Food and tech in use. Plus 35 food for each deer or Wyzant source. Do we know deer? Let's get everybody over here. This is the new problem to solve. So it's 40 tech, 60 food. I don't know why I keep playing. It's over here. 40 tech, 60 food. This gives more tech when there's danger on the patch. We know that. Let's experiment with the animals a little bit, because we really haven't seen a lot of the animal stuff. You need to give us that monsoon, that sweet, sweet level 2 monsoon, which lets us create up to greater boosts once we start using it with some upgraded stuff. I think let's go for... Let's see what upgrades out of these stoats. I'm going to give a predator aspect, turn them into foxes, and we'll just kind of explore here. We get a boar with a hunt aspect. Do we have that? We do not have that. What do we have here? We have a forest ambassador. Am I ready for another forest ambassador? I think I actually kind of want desert ambassadors now. So I'm going to leave that forest ambassador there for the moment. We'll come and get him later. Okay. Actually, let's not worry about this mill just yet. Let's worry about the temple next, because we need the desert. Alright, customs house needs to have more wealth in use than all of the neighboring villages. This is going up to 112. This had to be at 100 anyway, so that's not much of a stretch. It needs to have 15 wealth and 10 food for each animal within borders, stacks up to 3 times. It's only stacked twice right now, so we want to put down another animal. Oh, and actually it'll trigger both of these. Okay, so let's put down another animal. The borders have expanded quite a lot. It kind of would be best to put down a plant here, or we could replace this. You know what, let's replace this. Let's make this a food animal. And we'll put down a wealth animal over here. I am going to use the pausing a little bit more here and there. I'm going to try not to do it too much, because I know the videos are plenty long as it is. But let's see how much of a difference this makes. And let's get the other giants over here so that we can be ready to make changes and stuff. And of course, we can start upgrading our sources now. So what do we still need? I need, for the forest ambassador, I need another desert. For the forest giant, I need a desert ambassador. And for the rock giant, I also need a desert ambassador. And once we've gotten those two things, all of our sources will be level 2. And we'll have a pretty good array of aspects. Not all of them, but a pretty good array. So these guys want to be next to a plant. Can I just grab you for a second and put down some blueberries? Okay, how much? We had to get to 40 food? That shouldn't be too much of a problem. And we're actually extremely good on wealth. Here comes the animal, which wants to be next to a mineral, so come over here and drop, I don't know, a tech mineral? A great marten. We have no danger currently. I could maybe fix that. We could intentionally add some danger. But I'd have to get over 10 for it to stop the greed from growing. Because we have an aspect that adds danger. There are only 2 slots on this thing. I don't think we can make it dangerous enough. Yeah, never mind. We'll just punish the village if it needs punishing. But actually, that's good, right? We're set? Okay, yeah, let's move on to this one. Plus 30 food and 10 wealth for each boar, rabbit, goat, musk deer, or... I think it is javelina. I looked it up, but I've already forgotten now. So we just gotta put some more food down. Food and wealth. Well, first, I'm gonna just go ahead and upgrade the kangaroo rats that we have here. They just need to be near a mineral. It doesn't have to be any particular mineral, so let's replace this with a wealth mineral. Which would like to be next to another quartz. We're just going to have to wait on that. So we can add some more money with some more desert tortoises. We can put a monal down right here, and it'll be next to a plant. So that's useful. Okay, what's up? We did it. Customs house is good. So who needs it first? Let's get it on him, because it'll upgrade both of his sources. And then next will be the forest giant. Okay, so how are we doing on this? We need 70-70. We need more food. Well, we can put down another great kangaroo rat over here, which will give us quite a bit. Rabbit, goat, musk deer. Oh, we can make a goat. I've heard aspect. Let's, I don't think we've had goats before. Plus 15 food on each patch within range that has a plant on it. Jeez. Well, let's put a plant right. Let's put a food plant right here, and then yeah, this village is extremely set. All right, so I already done that. The temple is good. It's just building up. The mill is next. Now we care about this mill. Let's get everybody over here and figure this out. So we have to get... It's very easy to get food. Tech is the thing that we're going to be a little stretched for here. So let's have the rock giant come over and drop a tech mineral next to this. Actually, I'm going to replace this. Well, no, let's drop a tech mineral next to it. We want to make great salt, obviously. That would be better. But, I know where we're going to find the time. And we can start dropping fish over here. Take advantage of some things. This would like to be next to a plant, which means this is not a good thing to be in this position. So why don't we replace this with a fruit plant? See if we can make anything cool out of that. And if not, then we'll turn it into an animal or something. Yeah, we can make an apple tree thing happen. Because it is next to an animal. It's next to that fish. I don't think apples and fish interact very much in the real world. As far as I'm aware. Okay, so we are at 106 food, which is good enough. We just got to get the tech up. Let's see here. These chickens could be something else. And then we wouldn't need blueberries. We could replace this with a tech plant. Actually, we don't really need the food from the chickens anyway. Yeah, 86 is still good, right? No, 86 is not good. Well, we'll figure it out. This would like to be next to a plant. But we could turn it into this. No, toxic aspect is the only one we don't have. Shoot. Okay, well, let's replace this. Make this a great thing. Let's bring our fertility boost over here, because we're going to be transmuting some stuff. We can put down a plant over here. And give this a boost, because we want this to be powerful, but we also want it to remain not salt. So that it can buff the salt. Salt needs that crystal aspect. Wait. Oh, because we transmuted via a different path before. We went from the wealth mineral into salt, which requires seismic. There you go. Okay. Plus 10 tech and plus 10 wealth for each non-salt mineral next to it, which is active. We still gotta get more food, man. Let's drop some more fish. 91 and 33. We're getting close. If the village borders would expand a little bit, everything would be cool. Okay, so... You've tech near mineral-enriched ground. I'm trying to figure out how I can get a little bit more tech squeezed in here. I guess the other thing we can do is we can just lay down a... We could lay down a great iron over here, and then we could... Yeah, the foxes have some danger. Yeah, let's do that. So let's go like this. Gonna need another rainstorm. Oh my god, could you meander over here any more slowly? Who would have thought a giant crab wouldn't be really fast? Okay. So that'll increase the value of the salt. Plus 7 tech for each 1 danger on this patch. That's not bad. And the salt itself has 10 food on it, which is cool. Okay, that's enough, right? 4,100? Great. What needs doing next? This needs to be at, okay, yeah, a lot larger numbers. That's right. Oh, hold on. We have ambassadors. Okay, I distracted this guy before he picked up his desert ambassador, so let's do that. And then we have a forest ambassador. Who wants their third one to be a forest one? Let's take a quick look at what we get out of that. We would unlock the crystal aspect, and it would upgrade Aurora. Where's the rock giant? What does he get out of it? It does unlock the exotic aspect, and then I think we have all of the animal aspects available. No, this... Oh, well, this guy will have desert in a second. He's going to pick it up. Yeah, let's send our earth giant over here. He can't actually pick it up till the forest giant gets to his guy. But I don't think we've played with the animals as much as I would like to. There seem to be a lot of very interesting development paths with the animals, so let's see if we can play with those a little bit more. And we have another forest ambassador. Didn't really have a plan here. Just everything's on hold until the forest guy can actually get to his thing. Okay, who wants a forest ambassador now? It doesn't do a lot. It does upgrade the fruit aspect. Yeah, alright, let's do this. Then I think we actually do have all the aspects unlocked. No, we need to give a swamp aspect to our swamp giant. Alright, so let's figure this out. Let's figure out how we're going to get this observatory finished. We have to drive wealth up, but that's easy enough to do because we can just put some wealth animals in the water. Drop 2 clownfish next to each other at the edge of the mackerels, and that'll solve that. Okay, so we can put a mackerel in the water here as well. Extend the fish up onto the, or extend the food from the fish up onto the land. I guess we don't actually need food from. We don't need food on the land. Although if we put food on the land, we can reconfigure some of these other things because we probably want to actually refigure this area into a willow farm, a willow orchard. Something. Some kind of word that means a bunch of willow trees. What was the word that they use? I don't remember. Okay, we need the forest giant over here for this. So it's growth aspect into tomatoes. And then we need that that leaf aspect. Okay, we are reducing the food in the city by a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Okay, lots and lots of tech. That got us to 280. We do need to put down the second patch of clownfish, which will extend some decent gold up onto the land from the water. So what do we have to get to? 75 wealth? That shouldn't be too hard. This is not currently generating us very much. Let's get our giant over here. We can experiment with making this a topaz, which gives more wealth and awe when next to plants. Oh, oops. I wanted a lesser noble aspect. Well, you know what? We can just replace this with a greater mineral anyway. Zinc, aluminum, or iron would be good too. So wait, what do I want? I want noble aspect. Let's make sure I'm clicking on the right things here. So this could be onyx. That is not one of the named minerals. Onyx likes more natura. But actually, this was enough gold. So now we just need a little bit more tech. Oh yeah, just a tiny bit more. Actually, it'll be as simple as replacing some things with the larger versions of themselves. Or actually, there's even a patch over here that's just empty. We'll drop some great dandelions here, and that'll be it. Okay, cool. Observatory, 75 wealth, 50 food. Yep, good. Let's go to this mineral, or this mill. Mill is the word. Alright, so we can drop another animal within the borders. Foxglove and dandelion also is good. What a coincidence. We definitely can make some great big dandelions. So we'll drop another animal. Where's our food animal guy? Okay. We'll drop chickens right here to take advantage of the blueberries. We only have to get up to 100 food. Let's Aurora our swamp giant, because he needs to get over there and do his thing and get this cooling down so that we can, Okay. So a great dandelion next to this. They'll both have 26 tech and a huge amount of natura. Okay, so that's actually solved. We just gotta wait for the cooldown. Next up here is a hamlet. While we're waiting on this cooldown, let's just zoom in and look at our people a little bit. This is, I guess, what ocean-faring citizens look like. They've come up with little uniforms. Must you with the violence? Alright, reboost him. Maximum speed. Oh, throw the muck bomb. Oh, it didn't get the army, like, almost at all. I didn't want to, shoot. I didn't want to damage the sources very much. But I'll just throw it down. It deals 15 damage, doesn't it? Oh no, it's not upgraded, that's right. Could you please not do this thing that you're doing? Yeah, everything... The more upgraded a source is, the more hit points it has. Okay. Battle over. Jeez. Now we want to get a swamp ambassador on our swamp. Jesus, he's fast. Okay, and now we have access to all the sources. Cool. Who still doesn't have... Alright, so the next thing's going to be the forest giant. So you're all set. Yeah, it has 2.5 minutes left. It's more than enough time for it to tick up to actually using all of the resources that it's been given. So, a hamlet right here. Plus 45 food and 30 wealth for each tuna and marlin. Stacks up to 3 times. Okay, well, we don't actually need nearly as much wealth as we have. So, I'm thinking that, also, we're going to drop a dandelion right here, because we're going to need some tech, and that's a nice, easy way to get it. So we could go ahead and put some danger on these patches and cancel out the swimming bay the bonus, because even if we lose all 60 points of it, we still have enough wealth in use. Or no, what was I looking at? I don't know. I think I was looking at food in use. Oh, because I clicked on the blast furnace. That's the wrong project. Yeah, this only needs 60. So if we lost all 60 points, we'd still be fine. We had to generate a huge amount of food. Oh, and actually, we would replace it. So tuna and marlin. We've seen marlin. Oh, marlin's above sea bass. Yeah, okay. Let's turn this into a great sea bass and see what happens. Jesus. Go, man, go! How much tech do we need? 60? We need a huge amount of food, so I don't really want to mess with the pear trees, but we could replace them with greater pear trees. Let's try changing the middle ones into greater pear trees. That'll be a good use for you. And you, rock giant, sadly, you have very little to do. There are no minerals in this area. I don't know, just come over here and stand at the ready. Where's the ocean giant? Is he coming? Okay, he's coming. Because we're going to need to do a lot of upgrading over here, so monsoon would be really helpful. But I guess we can start with this. Okay, so we'll go to greater pear trees. That'll generate a lot more food. We need 2 potent fruit aspects. Oh my god, really? Wow, 60. Alright, go. Go forth with great speed. The mill challenge failed? What? What happened? The dandelions certainly didn't die. Oh, this did a lot. This does 15 damage now, but it does the damage over time. I killed the dandelions somehow. I wonder if I also did actual damage to the building, like enough to... Well, that's a bummer. We'll be okay. So what was I doing? I was replacing these trees with stuff. What do I need? I need a predator or a hunt aspect. I guess we can do the hunt aspect real quick. Well, let's go and rain on the trees a little bit. We'll come fix the fish in a second. So pear trees don't have an upgrade, right? Yeah, okay. There's nowhere for those to go. Alright, this village is starting to think about harassing the giants too. We're just going to have to fix their little red wagon. A cherry tree works best when surrounded by minerals. So that's something to think about, but right now I think we're going to finish fixing all the pear trees. Hurry. Because this is going to give us close to 300 food. Okay, if we just replace this one, actually, that'll do it. I'm sorry, fish. We will rebuild the fish if we have to. Alright, that should mess that army up pretty badly. It did, in fact, kill some of the fish. We had a slot over here that was normal mackerel, I think. So he can... Oh, here it is. He can replace that. Okay. You are just going to go muck bomb the village preemptively. They're going to turn on us. Let us remind them who has all the biological weapons in this relationship. Okay. So let's rain on these fish, because fish grow better when it rains on them. Are you joking, Marble Cliff? Are you kidding me right now? I say thee nay. Stop attacking everybody. Just chill out. Okay. So that's good. We did that already. I'm trying to keep myself straight here while worrying about all this nonsense. So we need to get to 300 food and 60 tech. We actually are not anywhere near enough tech. Okay. Let's think about this. I hate that we have, like, a patch here and then a patch here. Why don't we put down a tech mineral? I bet there's some kind of tech mineral that will like to be next to plants or something. I know it'll hurt the food from the Great Pear Tree a little bit, but we'll be alright. We'll figure it out. So the mackerel on the edge, I'm going to turn into a sea bass with my hunt aspect. Yeah. It's hard to tell which thing is on which space with fish. Okay, this is the one. Is that village really not punished into humility yet? How much army do they have left? It's not too much. How much health do they have left? Could I throw another... Deals reduced damage to villages. I certainly don't want to kill the village. But they have 20 health left. I'm going to muck bomb them again when I can. Okay, so now we have sea bass. Plus 6 food. Marlin is what I actually want. So we need a greater hunt aspect. Which means I would have to have 2 desert ambassadors on this guy. So that's not at all feasible. Okay, so I lost a tremendous amount of money, but I didn't really gain anything else. Well, we can throw some more aspects on here. I'm sure this village is large enough that it could survive some danger. So why don't we just throw out some more aspects? You can go herd aspect on the mackerel. Because we're pretty close to the numbers we need. Is that going to get us there? Once those actually settle in? Alright, we're almost there. Okay, so the stone garden is helping. That's 35. We're going to need to put down one more tech thing that gives us at least 25 tech. This is 15 base. But we can put aspects on it. This isn't a good long-term solution, but... All over the world, patches with phosphorus or zinc or salt get +1 food for each 2 tech that's on them. And this gets +1 tech and +1 wealth for each food gained this way. That's really cool. I put down the wrong mineral entirely. Okay, so what are the tech aspects that we have access to? We have seismic, and somebody has one that's just straight tech. Yeah, you. Okay, get over here. And this village is still pretty low on danger, so we can just throw some... Let's throw some more hunt aspects out. Just generate a little bit of extra food for the village. Okay, who's attacking the what now? Everybody. Everybody's so greedy, because we're doing our job well. Alright, so you need to throw a reaction aspect down. Just to... No, you know what? Let's just have him run over here and fix this problem, because I'm concerned that we may not have time. As his super speed is worn off. Right, here we go. He has to run around the world and be an enforcer all the time. So there's this nice area right here where there's no sources for us to damage. Okay, come back. Let's do some work. So, Great Stone may not have the highest base. You know what? Let's try this. Let's try a monsoon. And I'm going to reaction aspect this into something else. Now let's see if we can't just make it have a higher base tech level. Oh, we can make Great Phosphorus over here. Yeah, let's try that. Phosphorus loves to be near plants. Oh, phosphorus can only exist on swamps, though. Darn it. And, surprise, surprise, more violence from Marble Cliff. Marble Cliff is healed quite a bit, so we can dump this on them. Oh, Lesser Hunt Aspect actually doesn't do anything at all. Okay, +1 food. There you go. 302. Alright, unfortunate. We're going to have some fish loss here. So this city is still not punished into humility. We've beaten it to, like, within an inch of its life. Alright, and the loss of this mackerel here actually really hurts the spread of our mackerels, so... this has been a real pain in the ass. Okay, so we have to get a little bit more tech. Let's just go for some seismic aspects, like... I don't think I want to mess with salt. Alright, if we throw some more seismic aspects on this, it'll grow. There we go. We got to 60. Let's go food. We'll try to push a little bit more herd. Unfortunately, mackerel only have one slot, so... we have to replace the clownfish that I blew up as well. Alright, looks like the animals around here are mostly... okay, you could have a herd aspect. Alright, there we go. How much time do we have left on this? 244? That should be enough time for it to grow into the resources, right? Yeah, it needs to gain the tech pretty quickly. Okay. This looks like it might not be doable. Oh no, I have 15 minutes left. So we have to get to 175 wealth when we are at 174. We have to have at least 5 minerals in range, and we have to have a lot more tech. Well, there's no particular reason for me to have a blueberry here. Oh, these guys wanted a plant. That's fine. We'll replace them with armadillos. So yeah, let's make this a tech mineral. Oh, no, we'll make this a tech mineral, and we'll see if we can't get this blast furnace. I'm a little concerned that I might not have enough time with it having about 5 minutes left to go, but we'll see. Alright, so I've already forgotten what salt does, but thankfully we have a proper salt. Salt likes to have animals nearby. So yeah, let's make this a salt then. With a crystal aspect, okay. So we're gonna need the rain here, is what I'm waiting for. Actually, stand over here, because you're gonna rain right there. Maximum coverage. So you need a crystal aspect here. And an exotic aspect here. Okay. So that's increased our wealth. Oh, I lost some wealth and gained some wealth, and we ended up back at 174. We don't really need to push too much on the money. Like here, we'll throw a couple more exotic aspects on here, and that'll solve that. But the tech has got to go up. So we also need more. How many more minerals do I need? Well, we're not at 5, that's for sure. Are there open patches over here? There are not, but there is a patch here that's just food. We are going to need to get some tech. I need a plant. Salt. Oh, salt only gets off from being next to animals. It gets actual tech from other stuff. Well, hold on a second. Let's figure this out. Let's figure out who wants this thing. Do I want to take it on him? We probably will not have... Ooh, we have the possibility of... Oh, because... Yeah, it has to be on him. Right. That's fine. I was going to say we have the possibility of tier 3 sources, but that's because that would have been his 4th ambassador. Okay, let's figure this out. So actually what we want to do is... Where's my swamp guy? We want to make a tech plant. I need to drop another... Let's drop a wealth mineral instead of these guys. And that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minerals. Yep, okay, that was mineral 5. This gives a lot of wealth if it's next to an animal nest. This also likes animals. Can you drop me an animal right here, please? And then a plant over here, and then we'll see if we can fix it from there. Alright, as soon as he starts his casting animation, you can throw down another thing. Alright, so these guys want to be next to a plant, but we do have access to potent predator and exotic aspects, right? Yeah, we can make that happen if we just have a little rainstorm. Alright, exotic aspect. Well, that's higher value. It's not totally amazing. So what do we need? We have 2 minutes to make 175 tech. Something tells me I'm not going to get there. Oh, he hasn't changed this into... Oh no, he did. Ginger just has... This ginger has a lot of food on it from the nearby goats. Right. So plus 20 tech, big tech, if it's next to an animal. Well, I guess let's make that be the case. This would prefer to be give decent amount of tech and food, but more plus awe when the Natura is rich. Well, the Natura is pretty rich here. Oh, but some of it's coming from this, which will go away if we no longer have this plant here. Yeah, we're just not going to make this. How much time do I have left? 11:56. I might be better off focusing on getting something else done. For example, this circus. Circus requires 5 animals, 200 food. Oh, but this is a level 2 project, right? No, this is level 3. Okay, yeah, we can do this. Gains food, wealth, and awe for each animal from a different biome, up to 1 specimen of all 5 biomes. So right now it's getting forest plus desert, right? It's not. It had this okay. This village has a desert space, but it doesn't have an animal on that, so we can make a desert animal. We need a lot more wealth. So let's have you come over here. I'm just going to abandon this project entirely. I don't think it's realistic to get it done, but I think we can get this, because we're already halfway there. Oh, is he? Wow. When you are zoomed all the way out, it gets real bad. Sorry, the ocean giant is under attack? Oh. Yeah, who are these people? They're not from Marchdam, I'll say that. Ah, they're from Darkdam. Okay, well, actually, let's yeah, let's just go through. We'll go through to the other side, and we can make an ocean biome animal as well, so that bonus can get pretty large. Actually, if this expanded a little bit more and we got a mountain biome animal, it would probably be huge. Okay, so we need a plant for these guys, or we could drop precious minerals here, and instead of a plant, we can just make these guys a different thing. I don't want to destroy all of the sources we just planted. I think I'm going to. These dudes have to get taught. Okay, good. Humility. Now let's go and replace the things I just placed. Where's the ocean giant? Yeah, look at that. 102 food and 90 gold from the circus bonus. Alright, let's make it rain and turn these guys into armadillos, right? Okay, and then let's put an animal down right here to encourage the village to expand onto the mountain. And of course we want to plant. Let's make a plant. So we're at 153. Do we have any open slots? Not really. We do have a bunch of food, though. Like, really a lot of food. We don't need this much food. So we could... I'm going to actually replace these with clownfish, probably. Oh, we're actually, we're over. We're good. We just need to wait for it to tick up. Well, I'm going to go ahead and replace this with clownfish anyway. Yeah, there's our blast furnace failing. So we wanted a desert village with 500 prosperity and a forest village with 500 prosperity. Unfortunately, desert village, I think maybe not a real option. That said, if this city starts a new challenge before the game ends in 9 minutes, we might be able to do it here. And this forest village is actually almost there. We can make that happen. Let's start replacing things just like the very simplest version of this is we start replacing sources with the great versions of the thing they are. And we can put some clownfish over here so we get 2 clownfish with big boosts. So we're at 464 with a ton to gain. This will be over 500. We actually don't even have to adjust this anymore. I'm going to get ready to muckball them because it's going to be necessary. Okay, so let's go over here. I'm not going to try to do the bank. The bank is... there's not enough time. But let's see if we can boost this village up above 500 prosperity. So, is everything here... yeah, everything here is pretty great. +1 animal range if there's at least 3 danger on this patch. +2 wealth for each patch within animal range that has at least 20 tech. So, if we could turn this into something that gives more tech... if we turn this into salt, actually... Let's do that. If we turn this into salt, it'll boost tech, which will give these guys plus wealth. And then we might be able to get... no, I was going to say we might be able to get 3 danger just by putting danger aspects on them, but we only have 2 slots left, and I don't think we have anything that produces enough danger. Alright, there it is. Knew it. Humility. Do you remember humility? I could definitely have gotten 6 war marks if I had cared to try that. Okay, so what does this need to become salt? It needs a crystal aspect. I love his little casting animation. Alright, so this has 30 tech on it, which is now giving the musk deer a bunch of extra wealth. So we're down like 50, maybe 60 points. So this village is going to cap out at 440. We need more. Need more value. Okay, this is getting big wealth from being next to the animal nest. Alright, the circus is completed. Look at that. So are there going to be villagers? Oh, look at that! Circus villagers. So, like, the villages get kind of complex as you go on, because we have guys who are here because of the granary and mill, and then we have, you can see the chefs, and then we have the circus guys. If we actually had 4 projects, there would be the base forest villager sprite plus 4 other kinds of sprites in here. So we get to have a 4th ambassador on a giant for the first time ever. We'll have it be this guy. Oh my god, level 3 sources. Okay, the bank challenge has started. Let's try this. Let's try to use the bank challenge's bonuses to get this village up to up to 500 prosperity. And actually, we're done. Look at that. We actually have, the village has 304 wealth. It just needs to grow into it. But if we drive the wealth up even higher, the village will grow into it faster. Plus 60 wealth invests minus 15 wealth in lime, silver, coyote, or platinum to give them various bonuses. Coyote, wow. Minus 15 wealth for plus 75 wealth. So, we grew these out of monos, right? So we could replace these with a better class. This also can be replaced. So we're going to make superior plants now. Superior tech plants and wealth animals. May as well give this guy a little boost. Let's have the rainstorm. We need a potent aspect, which we will get. Okay. It's a little bit more wealth. Dark Path needs to be muck bombed. Actually, Dark Path has 50 health. Okay, it would not survive an earthquake. So let's muck bomb them as they're gathering their army. And they are currently at 443 prosperity. So yeah, if they just grow into most of their gold, they'll be totally fine. Is this army small enough to not kill this village? Actually, I don't think so. I think we're going to have to muck bomb it one more time. I'm going to wait until it's on this side of the line. I'll muck bomb it, like, here. My muck bomb does 15 damage. So it won't kill the goats. It would kill the quartz. Let's just come and lay some new quartz. May as well. Okay, does anything else need to be pushed up in value? Not really. I think we've sort of hit the point of not being able to get a lot more done in this run. But we can at least throw down aspects on our existing sources and drive up our score that way. Wait for that to be done. You can make reaction aspects on minerals. Just push the village's prosperity up. Also, we can muck bomb this village again. Run, rock giant, run! The ocean giant comes through here and just aurora him. Are you guys cool? Are you gonna calm down now? You have enough health to survive another muck bombing. I'll do it. Yeah, what the hell? They do, right? Yeah, 15. Deals 15 damage. Deals reduced damage to villages, it says. Okay, there we go. What? Does reduced damage to villages. That's not reduced. That's a huge amount more. Okay, well, we just lost a challenge. How's this village doing? I'm very annoyed that 15 damage reduced means more than 16 damage. This is a, you know, the developers are not, I think, primary English speakers. They might be, Dutch or French. I'm embarrassed to admit that even though I've played a ton of their games, I don't know. But, yeah, that was really bad. I shouldn't have punished them so hard. Is there any way... How much time do I have? I have 3 minutes. No, there's no way I get this village up to 500. Boo. Well, let's start. Let's do what we can. So we can lay down... these guys want to be next to plants. We can lay down a plant. And this plant likes to be next to animals. Man, look at that. Just 60 wealth straight up. We can lay down Oh no, these are already superior models. Well, whatever. Over here, we could, like... What can I do? A lot of what I can do here is wait for the cooldowns on this guy. We can actually make... Yeah, it might be better if I made another quartz and then put an animal here. What does the bank want? 300 wealth in use. Yeah, we just don't have the time, man. This doesn't have to be... This could be another ginger. And there's animals right on this side. So that'll give us a little bit more wealth, too, because now these guys are spreading more wealth into our border. We're way over what we needed on tech. And actually, we're, like, totally good on everything. But we won't have the time. I don't think they'll pull it all up in time. Actually, they're gaining prosperity very quickly. This might be recovered. So let's get a rainstorm, turn these guys into armadillos, and that will do it. Never mind, we managed to undo the incredibly dumb thing I did. I'm so disappointed with myself. But I mean, you can see the incredible value of having the sources be at higher levels. Look at how good these animals are. Superior armadillos. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, superior armadillos are 12 food and 14 wealth on 5 spaces. That's crazy. The apothecary challenge has started. How much time do I have left? 41 seconds? I don't think that's enough time to get anything else done, really. Like I was doing before, we can just, like, throw down a bunch of sources. What about you? You can make, like, some stats. We can make gray foxes. I don't want to mess with the balance. We're in a good place right now. So you should keep dropping stuff. The bank is done, but humans are now only happy with level 4 projects. Hold up. Take this. Take this. And everybody else, run to the opposite side of the planet. I did it! 2 giants with 4 ambassadors. And now, for the running. Everybody run away. Highmouth is attacking Marvel Cliff. Well, hopefully they don't destroy it very quickly. Yeah, we have 40 seconds. That makes me a little nervous. I don't really want to reduce worldwide prosperity. I'm pretty happy with the score that we accomplished here. So I kind of don't want to destroy all these sources. I guess I wouldn't really destroy sources. It looks like a lot of the sources over here are pretty high level. Where is the swamp giant? Oh, he fell asleep. Okay, well, we don't really have the option of intervening anyway, because the earth giant is also asleep. Here, we'll stop him. Nobody wants to fight in the rain. Oh. Well. Alright. 3 completed great projects. That's cool. Got our forest and desert things. Finish an era with at least 1,000 food in use. So we've unlocked the tea plant from great dragon fruit, plum trees from great strawberries or nightshades, platinum in the desert from onyx, phosphorus, and iron, and tuna from great sea bass. Tuna never stopped moving. That's fascinating. Alright, well, that was a little bit of a debacle that turned into a narrow rescue, but if I had not screwed up and blown up that village, we probably would have been over 3,000 prosperity at the end. In fact, we definitely would have been well over 3,000, and I bet there's a thing for this. Ah, what a bummer. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Come back next time. I think we might try out our first 2-hour game. That'll be spread over 2 episodes. And we'll see you then.